not going to say that I was trying to protect him. I'm just trying to dig and see what my motivating factors were. I didn't want to break up his new family by sharing my truth, because I love them all. And there were always little murmurs. I had a brother-in-law approach me one year when I was sober, and he asked me, and I said yes, my dad did molest me. And he said that affected his relationship with my father after that. My intent was just to, I guess, hold the secret, which is what I think a lot of incest survivors do. I was always afraid that nobody would believe me. So I just stuffed it, and I used drugs and alcohol for many years to forget the pain, the shame, everything that goes with being a trauma and incest survivor. I'm only sharing now because my dad is dead, like I mentioned, but also because I have had an awakening, and I have felt this for a long time, but I push it out of my thought. And after being in Costa Rica, I feel like things have just become more clear. And I feel that I have a path to help women, a path to help those that have suffered, sexual trauma, physical trauma, molestation, incest, any of those things. Besides being an incest survivor, I have been also a battered woman, not with Joe, not with my husband, but with previous relationships. I think that has helped to give me insight into women's, I'm not gonna say the women's souls, but I feel like it is a very common thread, much more common than people even realize. The numbers are staggering. The number of women that have been molested or suffered, domestic violence, which that was me, incest, that was me, physical trauma with my mom, who was mentally ill, that was me. I was beaten, I was burned with a cigarette, I was emotionally as well as physically abused. I'm hoping that by sharing my story, it's going to help shine a light on just the stigma, I guess, associated with all this. I want women to feel like they can be true to themselves. They can stand in their truth, right? That's all I've ever wanted, is to be a bright light and to just show women that they have support. They have somebody that understands. And if you have not experienced the type of trauma that I have, I don't think that you would have insight into other people that have suffered similar circumstances. For a therapist to guide someone that has been through traumatic experience, emotional and physical, it's not like you can read about it in a book and that can guide you on the treatment plan. We are all so different and diverse and different backgrounds and different beliefs. And I do have a strong belief in God. He is my higher power. And I do also want to share that while I have still been sober from alcohol, it would have been 22 years. I still have not drank alcohol, but I did In the past 2 years, there were other substances that I used to help fill that hole. As the trauma was being opened, even before my dad died, doing some brain spotting, which is really deep emotional work, and healing when you can be, I think, under, I'm not going to say 24/7 care, but brain spotting just left me feeling so raw, and so I felt so much pain and shame